On this edition of City Focus, the Valdosta Police and Fire Department gives us some holiday safety tips. Main Street invites everyone to celebrate the events during their 14 days of Christmas. Meet the November 2017 Employee of the Month, and we tell you how to buy your tickets to the 2018 Bird Supper. These stories and more on this edition of City Focus. Welcome to City Focus. I'm Marcus Mecanico, the media coordinator for the City of Valdosta. This is the 23rd episode of City Focus in 2017. City Focus is your source for what's happening within your government. These are the most important topics that are happening in the city. The Valdosta Police Department has a few safety tips as holiday shoppers visit the stores in town.
First and foremost will be thefts from vehicle. We've had an especially tough year for breaking and entering autos. We've made dozens and dozens of arrests resulting from that, but unfortunately people get absent-minded. They just don't pay attention. They'll leave stuff in their cars. As you can see, we've got several hundred vehicles out here. We've got people that are traveling will have anything from firearms to laptop computers to electronics, anything like that that can be left in a vehicle. Somebody's out there looking to steal. So again, keep the stuff locked up, out of sight, use your glove compartment locks, put it in the trunk.
They also ask everyone to be attentive while walking to your car.
Preoccupied with shopping for gifts, they'll have their purses and wallets out. It's a good way to drop things, and a lot of people will end up talking on their cellular telephone. You know, put that stuff away, pay attention to your surroundings. Criminals and predators will prey on people's, not paying attention. They'll prey on people's inattention to detail, and those will be the ones that will end up usually getting a robbery by snatching. Somebody gets a cell phone or a purse or a wallet snatched from them, and somebody will take off running.
And for those leaving town during the holidays?
Do not put all the stuff all over social media. I think that's one of the cardinal rules people love to put out. Oh, we're heading to we're heading to Jacksonville, we're heading to Columbia, South Carolina for 5 days or whatever. Don't put it on social media. You'll be surprised what people can still see, even if you've only sent it to a few friends. Use your alarm system, call your local law enforcement agency for extra patrol, and have a neighbor check on your house.
For more information, contact the Valdosta Police Department. The Valdosta Fire Department is also sharing safety tips to prevent fires during the holiday season.
To help to prevent fire on a live tree is basically make sure you water it daily, make sure it's maintained watering, because we don't want any where the tree may dry out and may be able to cause a fire. You want to make sure that your license, there's no breaking any lines on your decorative lights, or you want to also make sure that most lights are UL rated or been tested to make sure that they can withstand whatever they're for, and always use the manufacturer's use of the lights.
Chief Cleanscale says it's important to keep 3 feet between decorations and a heat source.
That 3-foot radius around it kind of leaves a buffer where heat will not radiate and fire would not be able to occur.
Also, pay attention if you are burning candles, and don't block exits with decorations.
Smoke detectors are working properly. Usually this time of year, a lot of people like to use candles. Make sure the candles are secure and make sure they're out of reach for small children. Also, you want to make sure your lighters and your matches are not within reach for small children. Sometimes we try to get our Christmas tree and we want bigger the better, so we want to make sure all escape routes are not blocked, and so it will not be difficult to exit out a building with your Christmas tree or your decorations in the way.
For more information, contact the Valdosta Fire Department. Valdosta Main Street will be full of activities this holiday season. They are inviting everyone to come spend some time downtown for its 14 Days of Christmas. The events begin November 25th on Small Business Saturday.
So last year's 12 Days of Christmas was so well received that the merchants went a little bit crazy, and we ended up with 2 more days of fun things to do downtown during the holiday season. It all kicks off with Small Business Saturday, which is November 25th, and that is a day for downtown. All of our small businesses are what make downtown and Valdosta unique. So we'll start that off, and then we go into the holiday season with the city tree lighting and art walk, and we have a girls' night out. We have wine Wednesdays. There's a bunch of live music going on downtown. There's even stuff for the kids to do. Come out and enjoy downtown. It's beautiful at Christmas time.
For more information, follow the Valdosta Main Street Facebook page. Tickets are on sale for the 2018 Birch Supper. The event is Wednesday, January 31st, 2018, at the historic Georgia Railroad Depot in Atlanta, beginning at 5 p.m. This event brings state officials, local businesses, professional and government personnel for a dinner of quail and important conversation. Tickets may be purchased for $50 each at the Lowndes County Judicial Administrative Complex or the city clerk at Valdosta City Hall. For more information, contact Paige Dutz at 229-671-2400 or Samantha Matthews at 229-259-3548. Recently, seniors and juniors from Valdosta High School were given tips on how to deal with the police by members of the Valdosta Police Department.
It was a really important conversation that needed to be had between police officers and students. I think the students learned a lot from it, and I did too. And I think this is an issue in our nation and in our community that have a lot of misconceptions that needed to be cleared up.
Before today, I was not aware that there were so many community members like our chief of police and even our principal that cared so much about us and our safety. And there have been some recent events that have happened at our school, and I think they're just really trying to stop those events from happening. And it just means a lot to me as a student and as a teenager in general that there's someone out there that's looking out for me and that wants to protect me and that wants to keep me safe when there could be a situation where I could be in harm.
My peers may listen to me more than they would listen to an adult or a teacher or something like that. So for me to like bridge that gap, I'm kind of the glue to kind of stick them together. But it's an honor to do this. It really is. I think this is the first time we ever done this. It's an honor.
Members of the Valdosta Police Youth Advisory Board recommended that the police have this meeting with their classmates.
It's too much crime and violence that's going on in Valdosta. We just try to minimize it as much as possible. So that's why we try to get the youth board to see where we can get their perspective of things and where they can get our perspective as well.
In order to minimize crime, it needs to be a community action. We all need to come together. Because we're youth, we're just not at the point maturity-wise where we understand what's at stake here with the future. We're not thinking when we do something sometimes the repercussions that come 10, 20 years later. And so I think it's important that community members, especially adults and principals and teachers, and even police officers and chief of police, get a hold of these youth members and tell them the repercussions that could come from their actions, and that it needs to just be, in my opinion, it needs to be a community action in order to band together to lower crime rate and to improve the safety of our community.
You see kids that are in middle school and coming into high school haven't really even figured out what they're going to do with their life, and they're already getting their name put down on the books for things that they did, and it's hard to see like your friends and stuff getting killed and going through hard times with going to jail and stuff like that. I just want everybody to do the right thing.
Members of the board believe they can help their peers by being a part of this board.
I just thought it was very important because it was heartbreaking to see some of my classmates and some of the students in my student body just go through what's been going on, and to see them in jail and to see them in situations where it's hard to see that as a student and as a friend. And I thought this board might help me help others, and I thought it was very important to be a part of it and to be a voice and to be a friend to others.
I think that the best way that we can lead them is by being an example around them and showing them that there's another way than doing what they usually do. And I think that student leadership is very important at school.
For more information, contact the Valdosta Police Department.
Recently, our country has witnessed catastrophic devastation. Hurricanes and flooding have upended lives and livelihoods.
Across this great country, Americans have answered the call.
That special calling that compels us, when others are down, to step up and do whatever it takes.
America's at our best when, against all odds, we come together and lift each other up.
Please donate to oneamericaappeal.org. America needs you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Larry Hansen has served the city of Valdosta for 42 years, 22 as the city manager. He has received numerous awards and recognitions, but the things that are not always seen are the positive effect he has had on the people around him.
Well, working with Larry Hansen has been a unique experience. First of all, I've realized that he is so knowledgeable about city policies, city governments, and so I have depended on him. I have relied on him for information that I need. I probably have actually leaned on him more than I should have in some cases, because I value his knowledge, I value his theories on different things, I value everything. Larry is just a unique individual. And because of that, and Valdosta needs to be proud of this. A lot of people are saying, oh, you know, Larry, what are we going to do without him? But Valdosta needs to be proud of the fact that Mr. Hansen's been selected to be the executive director of GMA. It's a feather in his cap. It's also a feather in the cap of Valdosta. There is, you know, we very seldom have somebody advance from South Georgia into an office in Atlanta. And so this is something that we need to be proud of as a city and a county, a community.
In 2015, my daughter had a very serious car accident where she spent about 3 months in the hospital or bedridden, 2 of that at Shands. And due to other illnesses and stuff in the family, I began to run out of leave time. Now, I'd been here 18 years at that point, so I had a good bit to start with, but it began to run out before I could come back to work. And he actually called me one day and offered to loan me some sick leave to hold us over until I could come back to work in a couple weeks. On top of that, very kindly, he also offered 3 days of vacation leave just in case I need a break. That was really thoughtful. But through the next couple of weeks, he actually maintained personal contact with me, sometimes through a text, sometimes just a call, say, hey, how's Cheyenne doing? Everything going all right? Yeah. Is there anything that the city can do or that I can do to help? It was refreshing. It was very different than what I'd experienced at other employment.
It's kind of bittersweet situation, but Larry has did a tremendous job for the city, very knowledgeable, very skillful, and he a great communicator, and he bring individuals together when there's difference. So he has done a great job, and we really appreciate Larry. And I don't think many people may not appreciate him as much as I do, because I was there in the beginning, and I'm very proud of him. Sticking my chest out and say I was one of them.
When my wife passed away, him and the mayor and all that was there to the funeral. Mr. Christian must have brought him along, must have told him good, because I tell you what, he's been a good boss man.
Back on July 8th of 2016, I had been shot multiple times by a gunman. I was in the hospital getting ready to go back to surgery. My wife was distraught. I was trying to come to terms with what had happened. My son-in-law was out in F.E. Warren, out in Cheyenne, Wyoming. He was stationed out there. He's security forces in the military out there. And of course, my daughter and my grandson were out there. And she was attempting to figure out ways to bring the family back home because they weren't sure of my status. They didn't know how serious my injuries were. And when Mr. Hansen arrived up there to the hospital, he actually accompanied my wife, held her hand, and walked all the way back as she was walking beside me as I was on the hospital bed as they were taking me back to surgery. He took her all the way back to the waiting room. He stayed with her the entire time. And while they were there, my son Jonathan and my wife Myra were discussing how to get my son-in-law and my family back from F.E. Warren. Mr. Hansen heard that. He immediately went into action. He actually contacted supervision and the command staff over here at Moody Air Force Base. They in turn made contact with the command staff out at F.E. Warren. Actually got the ball rolling. My son-in-law was granted emergency leave. They ended up getting airfare back and got my family back home. We're always going to hold him in high regard. He's a true leader and a very well-respected man in our family. We're always going to hold him in high regard.
Just want Larry to know how much he means to me, how much our friendship means to me, and I just want him to know that I love him like a brother, like, you know, and that nothing could come between our friendship, you know, and anything that I can ever do for him, I'm there for him, and I feel like likewise that he would be there for me. So I'm gonna miss him, but I look forward to running up to Atlanta and going to some Hawks games and you know and staying overnight with him a little bit. You know, I have sister-in-laws and brother-in-laws that live in Atlanta, but I got a brother living in Atlanta now. We're just gonna be living in Atlanta as soon as Larry moved to Atlanta.
Best wishes, Larry, on your new endeavor. We will miss you.
I appreciate all the support you've given us, the employees, and I know you do a good job up in GMA and you're still representing Valdosta. So thanks for the years, thanks for the memories. Good luck.
Larry, I want to wish you the best in your new endeavors. It's been quite the ride, and I want to wish you the best going forward.
We're so happy for you, Larry, and congratulations.
Yes, and good luck in Atlanta.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right.
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Lieutenant Derek Willis was named the November 2017 Employee of the Month for the City of Valdosta. Lieutenant Willis helped make Station 1 accessible to firefighters' family members as a place of comfort ahead of Hurricane Irma. He also helped make sure first responders were fed during the response of the storm. Lieutenant Willis also learned of a student that needed a new bike to get to and from school and contacted a local business who donated a bike to that student and one other. Metro 17 congratulates Lieutenant Willis in being named the November 2017 Employee of the Month.
2, 1.
The City of Valdosta and Metro 17 would like to thank everyone that came out to the lighting of the Christmas tree and the annual Christmas parade to bring in the holiday season. At the Christmas tree lighting, residents signed Christmas cards for deployed troops, cookies and punch were served and the crowd sang Christmas carols together. From everyone at the City of Valdosta, we wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
On November 18th, KOVB hosted their Fall Electronics Recycling event. The success of all of their events are dependent on the help of volunteers.
Since I'm new here, I'm a freshman at Valdosta at the university, and I mean, I really like it here. So I want to see what I can do to help make it look good.
Volunteers help collect all types of electronics, and by recycling these items, they don't end up in the landfill.
We're seeing like old typewriters, like cell phones, all sort of like TVs, just all sorts of random stuff you can think of. Cameras, like, it's pretty cool actually, some of the stuff you see.
William says that volunteers should come in groups to help with these type of events.
It's a lot more fun if you come out and do it with friends. So like I'm actually having a good time doing this. It's like I'm with some of my friends, we're doing it, having a good time, and we're helping the community. And it's a good feeling, really.
For more information, like the KOVB Facebook page. The Public Works Department celebrated America Recycles Day on November 15th by hosting a group of preschool students to teach them about recycling.
We had OMA's Daycare and Learning Center. They came out and we kind of explained to them about recycling and what we all take in Valdosta. We let the children know that, you know, things that we recycle, like this cereal box.
The staff believes that it's important to teach the merits of recycling at a young age.
So it's great that OMOS came out today, you know, to bring them at this early age to get them introduced to recycling and understand that, you know, by recycling, we can save the environment, keep from everything going into the landfill.
They also taught the students about ways to recycle that we often don't consider.
A lot of people don't think about picking up yard waste as recyclable material, but when you know, the customers, they come out and they rake their yards. We pick the material up, then we take it to what we call our compost site. Well, in turn, we pile everything up. Then we have a company come out, we contract that out, and they grind everything up into mulch. And then we sell the mulch there. And then also the other pile of the mulch that sits over there, it decomposes into organic material. So it's a recycle step from this material here, this phase, into rich nutrient dirt. Because we have a nursery that comes and buys the composted material that we grind up, and they pot their plants and trees in it.
For more information, contact Public Works at 229-259-3585. The Valdosta Main Street office has released its 25th edition in the series of Downtown Valdosta Christmas ornaments. It features the Exchange Bank building, which is built circa 1886 and is located at 136 North Ashley Street. The building now houses the Brass Quill Gallery. The 2017 ornament costs $10 each and can be purchased at the Main Street office. For more information, contact Valdosta Main Street at 229-259-3577. Now let's take a look at what's taking place in the city in the coming weeks. December 6th, Mayor's Christmas Motorcade, 10 a.m. at Parkwood Developmental Center. December 7th, Public Art Advisory Committee meeting, 11:30 at the Turner Center for the Arts. December 7th, Girls Night Out, 5 p.m. in downtown Valdosta. December 11th, Valdosta Tree Commission, 5:15 in the Engineering Conference Room. December 12th, Central Valdosta Development Authority Board meeting, 5 p.m. in the City Hall Annex Multipurpose Room. December 12th, Shop with a Firefighter at 7 p.m. December 13th, Valdosta Lowndes County Airport Authority meeting, 8 a.m. in the Airport Conference Room. December 14th, Valdosta City Council meeting, 5:30 in Council Chambers. December 18th, Valdosta Housing Authority meeting, 12 p.m. at 610 East Ann Street. December 18th, KLVB Board meeting, 5:30 in the City Hall Annex Multipurpose Room. December 18th, Shop with a Cop, 7 p.m. December 19th, Valdosta Lowndes County Development Authority meeting, 5:30 at 103 Roosevelt Drive. December 20th, Hospital Authority of Valdosta and Lowndes County meeting, 8 a.m. in the Executive Board room at SGMC. December 22nd, City of Valdosta offices close at noon. December 25th, Christmas Day, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. January 1st, New Year's Day, Happy New Year's Valdosta. To stay informed of what's happening in the city, sign up for the weekly e-news blast at valdostacity.com/public-information or call Public Information Officer Samantha Matthews at 229-259-3548. And the beginning of 2018. The Bring One for the Chipper event allows residents to dispose of their Christmas trees in a responsible way. December 26th through January 6th, residents can drop off their used trees at Home Depot, Mathis Auditorium, and Walmart on Inner Perimeter Road so they can be disposed of in an environmentally friendly way. This concludes another edition of City Focus. Be sure to visit our website, valdostacity.com. Like us on Facebook, Valdosta City Without Limits. Also like our Valdosta Youth Council page. Follow us on Twitter at City of Valdosta and subscribe to our YouTube channel Metro 17 Valdosta to watch City Focus on demand. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time here on City Focus.